So hello everyone, hope you are enjoying my videos. So today we will start a very important part of your chemistry, that is organic chemistry. Okay, and remember, not only for class 10 you will be requiring this organic chemistry till the end of your studies if you are there in chemistry. So without wasting time, remember organic, the word organic means living. Okay, as simple as that. So organic chemistry deals with living organisms, not so easy. So there is a big definitions of organic chemistry. So remember, it is the compounds of carbon. Remember, organic chemistry deals with the compound of carbons. And remember, so before starting with carbons, so it is organic chemistry, the branch of chemistry. Remember, the branch of chemistry which deals with mainly carbon. Okay, so before going into this, let us see where in the periodic table, you have learned periodic table, where in the periodic table we can place carbon. Carbon is placed in group 4 in the periodic table. So let's see. So remember, in periodic table, carbon is the group 4 element. Group 4 element is carbon. So carbon having atomic number is 6. So we can have the electronic configuration is 2, 4. So this carbon has the unique tendency of taking 4 electrons or giving 4 electrons. Okay, so in case of group 1, 2, 3 elements, there is always a probability of losing electron. So sodium, say, we can say like this, say for group 1, 2, 3 elements, 2 and 3 elements in the periodic table, say group 1 element I can take sodium. Sodium always having electronic atomic number of 11, it has configuration of 281. So I am starting from little bit beginning of the chapter. This sodium have a unique knack of losing this electron to attain stability. So this is Na plus ion. Okay, univalent. So let us take group 2 element. I am taking, say, calcium. Okay, calcium is 20. So 2, 8, 8, 2, you all know this. So calcium has a knack of losing 2 electrons to become Ca plus 2. So this is a bivalent. And let us take aluminium. Aluminium having atomic number of 13, we can write 283. So in order, all I am telling you in view of octet. Okay, so all are sodium after losing 1 electron attains octet, calcium after losing 2 electrons attains octet. Now aluminium, see here, aluminium after losing 3 electrons, it becomes Al plus 3. And see, if this electron is gone, it attains octet. Okay, so exactly we have done. I am leaving this 4. So let 5 and 6, 7, all you know this. 5, say nitrogen 7, 2, 5, it will accept 3 electrons. So nitrogen will accept 3. You all have learned this in periodic table. Okay, so a little bit of recap. So I am taking this as oxygen. Oxygen is 8, you can take 16 also, 2, 6, it will attain, it will take 2 electrons. So oxygen will gain 2 electrons to becomes O minus 2. And lastly I am taking as usual, that is chlorine. Chlorine 17, that is 287. So in order to fulfill the octet, the chlorine will gain 1 electron to attain stability, that is chloride ion. But what about carbon? So carbon have 4 electrons in its outermost shell. So carbon either will lose 4 electrons to become C plus 4, okay, or carbon can gain 4 electrons. In order to see if it lose 4 electrons, it attains the duplet, and if it gains 4 electrons, it attains the octet. So in either case, the probability is there. So remember, the negative ion which is formed by a carbon is called carb anion, and this is called carb cation. So remember, this is called carb anion and this is called carb cation. Okay. So carbon, nevertheless, positive or negative valency, carbon has the valency of 4. It might be plus 4, it might be minus 4. So we will represent the 4 valency of carbon like this. This is the representation of carbon along with 4 valencies. So this is the representation of carbon of organic chemistry. So this is the introduction of carbon. Now remember, the chapters we are learning is related to organic chemistry, and organic chemistry is called, remember, hydrocarbons. So let us tell you little bit about hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons. So this is, I'll little bit elaborate it. Listen to it very carefully, and please take the class note. I know many trick that after finishing the video, just pause it, take the screenshot. You are smarter than me, so do write it. Okay, write it. That will help you in exam hall. And I am telling you, I can make this video in my language, that is Bengali or Hindi. I am very good. I can speak Hindi, but why I am doing it for you? For you in exam hall, remember, you have to write it in English. And these word is, so carbon electron chhod dega, that's true, but carbon will lose 4 electrons, that will be keeping in your mind. So that is one excuse. So I cannot so fluent in Hindi, that's why. So hydrocarbons are the organic compounds. See the name taken by this is hydrogen. This is, take the class note please, hydrogen, and be it seriously, and carbon, this is carbon. So hydrogen plus carbon, the compound containing hydrogen and carbon. So carbon and hydrogen are the main constituent of this branch of chemistry. That's why they are known as organic chemistry. That's hydrocarbon, I'm sorry. And remember, hydrocarbon is everywhere in the world, everywhere. So where? So we can, in plants, we all know protein, carbohydrates, fats, all are related to hydrocarbons. Okay, the compound containing hydrogen and carbon. In all animals says, in biology you must have read that is synthesis of proton, glucose, all are containing carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. The formula of glucose is C6H12O6. So it contains carbon, hydrogen, and remember and all the foods, carbohydrates, vitamins, proteins, fats, all are clothing. You won't believe, there is a big deal of thing in organic chemistry that is called a polymer. So all the clothes, all the textiles what we made is made up of polymer. That is also a branch of hydrocarbons. And you won't believe, terrorists used this thing very properly, because these are made for explosives. TNT, trinitrotoluene, that is a great explosive, one of the best explosive in the world. So you don't need to note that one. So remember, why we are learning organic chemistry. See, there are many 108 or 116 elements. So why we are taking this only carbon? Because it is uncontrollable. The compound formed by carbon is uncountable or tends to infinity. And almost half of the compound is unknown here. So remember, this is the tetravalency of carbon. So remember, in your book, in NCERT or anywhere, this is a question. Remember, explain for the fact of tetravalency of carbon. Remember, so explain for the fact, explain for the fact, for not fact, explain for the, okay, explain for the tetravalency of carbon. Tetravalency of carbon. This is your answer. Okay. Now, remember, one property is responsible for the formation of large number of compound of carbon is, remember, that is called catenation. Catenation. What is it? Remember, due to this property, carbon has the property of forming long chain structure. They can form a long chain like this. See here, I am writing like this. You can extend the branch below, top, left side, right side, everywhere. So this is called carbon chain. So due to tetravalency, means 4 valency, carbon has the tendency of forming a long chain structure, very big chain structure. That property of carbon is called catenation. Remember, that property of carbon is called catenation. And due to this catenation property, so what I have told, carbon has the property of forming long chain structure. Remember, so I am writing it for you. Please write it down along with me. Carbon has the property of forming large chain or large number of long chain structures, okay. That's why they can form large number of compound. That property is called catenation. So talking about the carbon chain which arises due to the property of catenation, remember, carbon chain can be basically classified into 3 categories. One is a straight chain. Remember, these are required. So one is a straight chain. So what is that? That is like this. So you can see it properly. So when, say, this is a straight line, okay. So this is a straight chain. There can be a branched chain. So branched chain. What is it? See here. So look at the board very carefully what I am doing, because these are not the thing which you can mug up and go, and few things you should see here. We can elongate this one like this. Anywhere you can go. You can go beyond imagination. This is called, see here, the chain. Here is like this, and it is a straight chain. And there is another chain that is called a cyclic chain. Remember, okay? There is a closed chain or that is called a cyclic compound. So, and last branch is a closed chain. Or the compound formed by closed chain are called cyclic compound. Remember, cyclic compounds. So we can write the cyclic compound like this. So I'll start with the thing what is there in your syllabus. So that is a cyclic compound. We will do naming of much more cyclic compounds. See, the counting goes on like this. This carbon 1, 2, 3, 4 tetravalent, okay. This carbon 1, 2, 3, 4 tetravalent. This carbon same thing. So this is called a straight chain, this is a branched chain, and this is a closed chain. And remember, the compounds formed by closed chain structure are cyclic compound, okay. Getting into this, there are when carbon combines with carbon, there are many types of bond formed. Basically, there are 3 types of bonds. We will be dealing with carbon, 3 types of bond, okay. So let's see. So bonding, I am removing this portion, okay. So the bonding, remember, so I will discuss bonding in carbon compounds, okay. Basically, not carbon have many compound in inorganic chemistry also. Basically, we will be concentrating on organic chemistry. Form carbon-carbon bond by that is carbon, 2 carbon atoms combined. See, there are 3 bonds. This is chemical bonding I am telling you. The chapter is chemical bonding. So bonds formed by the carbon can be classified into 3 categories broadly. One is single bond, another is double bond, double bond, another is triple bond. Triple bond, single bond, double bond, triple bond. Okay. Now see how they form. So carbon-carbon single bond is like this. Between the two carbon atom, there is a single bond. Remember, there is a single bond. In class 11, you will be learning about the sigma bond, pi bond. A lot of things are waiting for you. So that is a single. I will show you how this bond forms. Double bond means there is a double bond. In chemical bonding, you have learnt about bonding. So single bond. And double bonding of carbon is like this. This is double bond. See, count the bonding 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is double bond, and triple bond is formed like this. You can see this is a triple bond. Okay. So basically bonding of carbon compounds in hydrocarbons or organic chemistry, we can classify these into three categories. One is single bond, another is double bond, and another is triple bond. Okay. So remember, first of all, we have learnt about introduction of carbon. So what is hydrocarbon? Then we have turned into carbon chain, and bonding in carbon chain are of three types: straight chain, branch chain, and closed chain. And bonding in carbon compound, this bond or the carbon with another carbon can form three types of bond. One is single bond, another is double bond, another is triple bond. And you know, single bond is formed by one shared pair of electron. This is two shared pair of electron. This is three shared pair of electron. Okay. So just now we will elaborate another thing that is called isomerism in organic compound. So we are getting into a very, very important thing that is called isomerism. Very important thing, remember. And definitely you will expect this 2-3 marks from isomerism. It is very, very important, remember. So more than 2-3 marks in your class 10th board exam. So remember, the compounds having same molecular formula but different structural formula. The formula of their structures are, the shape of the molecules are different, but they have molecular formula is same. And remember one thing you have learned in mole concept and stoichiometry. Soon I will provide you a very easy video for mole concept and stoichiometry. Please be with me. So compounds having, remember, same molecular weight but different molecular formula is same but different structural formula. So the compounds having the phenomenon, this is a phenomenon, remember, the phenomenon is isomerism. Phenomenon is the phenomenon of existing two compounds in different forms. So same molecular formula. This is one, molecular formula is same but different structural formula. Okay, the structural formula is different. So main thing is this two different structural formula. Okay. Now there are various types of isomerism, remember. Okay. And from isomerism, one question you you are familiar with this question. Isomers have the same chemical property but different same physical property, same chemical property, but a different physical property. So why? So this is the question. Isomers have same chemical property. Isomers have same chemical property. You know this. What is this? Chemical property. Why? And remember, this is the trick. Molecular formula is same. Molecular formula, say I am taking one formula or one compound. So molecular formula means, remember, the number of atoms are same. So so the electronic configurations of different things are same. Remember. So remember that these isomers belongs to same molecular formula. We will be having that homologous series after this only. So first let us understood isomers. So isomers have the same chemical property. Why? They have same chemical formula. So as they have same chemical formula, their electronic configuration, the distribution of electron is same throughout the molecule, hence the and all the chemical property governed by number of electrons. So but their size, shape, texture, order, color, that may vary, but being the chemical property means chemical behavior, how they react, means how they combine with the different molecule will be different, will be same. So they might look different. Remember, isomerism is a phenomenon, okay, of existing two atoms or molecules with having same molecular formula but different structural formula, and the different thing which are formed by isomerism is known as isomers. Remember, isomers. So in exam, remember, read the question very properly whether they have asked isomerism or isomers. Isomerism is the phenomenon and isomers are the different structure they exist in the world. Okay. So remember, there are basic type of isomerism, many types of isomerism are there, but remember, we will categorize isomerism into three basic categories. So I'll start with classification of isomerism. Classification of what? Of isomerism. There are a lot of things are waiting for you for just for few months. In class 11 you will find very many different types of things. So now let us gather all this information regarding these isomers. There are basically three types of isomer. We will be categorizing isomers into three types. One is called chain isomerism, another is called position isomerism, and another is called geometric isomerism. Okay. So basic types we will be telling is, remember, chain isomerism. First one, chain isomerism. Number two, position isomerism. So I'll write position isomerism. And another thing is known as, remember, geometrical isomerism. Okay. So geometrical isomerism. Okay. So chain isomerism, position isomerism, and geometrical isomerism. Okay. So let us take first, before going into these different types of isomerism, let us introduce you to the same few names, tricks of naming the compound, because if I tell this N-butane, 2-heptane, this, that, you are unable to understood this one. So we will start little bit of nomenclature and then only we will come back into this isomerism. Remember, there are three types of isomerism. One is chain isomerism, one is position isomerism, and another is geometric isomerism. So after doing two things, one is called, very importantly, a slow progress I will do, that is IUPAC, nomenclature, and a few example. Another thing I learned, that is homologous series. They are small thing. So these, after these two, again I will come to chain. As if I write it, say N-butane. What is butane? What is the use of butane? What are the bonding? You don't know anything. So I will start this IUPAC name and homologous series. Then remember, again I will come to this chart, classification of isomers, chain isomerism, position isomerism, and geometric isomerism.